Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and I had an idea for a video, but I was lying in my poncho underneath my raincoat here, and I was like, oh, I could get up and make myself presentable, like not have a bug net on my face and all that type of stuff. Just like, that's a lot of work. I would probably forget what I wanted to even talk about by the time I had done all that. And it's just like, let's just make a video here. So that's what we're doing. We got a little flashlight here. I'm shining on my face. Okay, we're going for it. Okay, so the topic of this video is professional garden hermits. Okay, I've made a video about this before. Basically, this is a thing that used to actually exist, where there would be people whose their job was basically to be like an ornament almost in someone's really fancy garden. They had a professional garden hermit who they paid to be there, and he got a place to stay and all that type of stuff. And what he would do is he would work in the garden, and he would also entertain guests. He's like, oh, look, I got a garden hermit. Come talk to him. He's very wise. He'll tell you very interesting things. You could tell him about your life. It's like your own little free psychologist, just spur of the moment. So, anyways, it was a real thing. And technically, currently, it's a real thing because there's at least one professional garden hermit. And that's because that's what I am. So that's how I know. There's probably more. And I'm making this video because I think it's important that people think of this as a potential career path. Like, in all seriousness. Now, it seems extreme, and also it doesn't seem like it has like upward improvement capabilities. Like, oh, I'm going to end up making $300,000 after 15 years. Not, you don't think of it kind of like that. Well, it's like you kind of have to break out of that system, okay? Because the whole reason why I'm even bringing this up, because I've made these videos about how, look, everything bad going on in the world is being done to you by your governments who you gave them permission in writing to do that to you. And I'm saying you gotta say, never mind. You gotta say nope. Or you're gonna get pretty badly hurt by them, most likely. Okay? And I'm not saying that what I'm recommending is going to cause you to avoid all of that, but it is going to make you pretty far down on the list of people for them to get to. And they're going to get to people like you with the zombies and stuff like that, where they don't feel like they're, responsible in natural law for what happens to you, because it's not even an order follower, it's just a mindless killing machine. So anyways, if I'm recommending that you drop all these things, like don't even have a bank account, like that's what I do, and maybe that's not what everyone should do, but honestly, while I do say some of these other paths can work, honestly, I think you just kind of got to say, never mind, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not going to take any time to figure it out. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't work for you. I'm not your slave. Okay, but you have to then you lose all the benefits. If you go my path, you lose all the benefits, including benefits includes a bank account. You can't have that, which means you can't use anything that use Visa or MasterCard. You can't use the banking system. Not directly, but there's so many ways that you can use the banking system, and I get everything I need without having a bank for many years at this point. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have anything. Now that seems extreme to people, and one of the reasons it seems extreme is because it's like, well, every single possible way of living my life that I've ever thought of basically relied on thinking of the world in the way where I was going to be a part of the government organization and using all their systems. And now I've never thought about anything outside of that, so I can't think of anything. Seems kind of like there's no options. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of stark. But I would say here's a really good option, a professional garden hermit. Okay, so all you got to do to drop out, you make your public notice, like, look, nope, and check out my public notice to see how I do that. You make the notice, and then you're like, okay, I'm not going to be, get rid of all those things that you use. Don't use a bank account, don't have a driver's license. Get rid of anything that is you saying that you're part of that. You carrying a driver's license in your pocket is evidence that you say that you're cool with that. So get rid of all that stuff, and then, dude, there's so many people everywhere who have land, who probably have gardens which are active, or even farms which are active or were active at some point, and there's no longer anyone who can work it. Right? And so, like, you can think, oh, but I don't really want to, like, become like a full-on 8-hour-a-day farmhand. It's like, fucking, I don't spend much time gardening. Most of my gardening, it's just hanging out with my plants because that's what I like doing. You know, it's just like a nice ambiance. You know, that's not like work or anything like that. I hang out on a raincoat. I wake up every day. I basically have nothing on my schedule almost every day of the week. You know, and it's just like, today I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Okay? So, I mean, I'm not getting paid to be here, but I get allowed to be here, and I get allowed to be here because I'm a good person who is helpful in many different ways, not just with working on the farm, but being someone that people can talk to, the people who live here who can talk to, who I can, you know, take care of things when they go away for a period of time. There's so many reasons why I am useful and why I'm someone that they want to. I mean, we play music together, except I currently don't have a bass guitar anymore because their son, who I think it's his bass guitar, but he took it away. It's not here anymore, so we don't play music anymore. So one of the things, by the way, this is like a little commercial. I'm trying to get an acoustic bass guitar so that I can play with them again. And there's like, it's like $100 to get it. So basically, if you want to buy me an acoustic bass guitar, you just email me or something like that. Or you can just send me a donation, and if someone's already bought me one, I'm going to use that for other stuff. If you want it for the bass guitar, you got to tell me. I'm going to show you which one I'm trying to get. And you can just buy it and send it to me. That's actually the ideal, honestly. So, anyways, commercial over. So it's basically, people need people who are doing this. There's so much land with people who own it, who want to be getting off grid. They may be older. Their kids are maybe not interested in this kind of thing right now. So many different situations. You just kind of got to find these people and, like, here's the situation I'm looking for. I want to come hang out. I'm going to, like, you can live outside. It's not hard. It's not hard to live under a raincoat. You think it seems extreme. It's so convenient. It's so convenient. Now, of course, if I was living in a range forest, which is what the Pacific Northwest is, where I grew up, then this would not be ideal, okay? So I'm not saying everywhere, but you can get to the places where it is, okay? So if you want to. So anyways, you can just say, look, I'm going to go find a situation where I can become part of a useful member of a community where I'm kind of seen as a little bit like the farmhand, helper outer, eccentric type. And basically you just, like I said, man, you just do what you want to do for the rest of your life. Why do you need upward mobility? You're at the top, man. So anyways, considering how the world's going to go, I feel like the way that I'm living my life, and also it's like, okay, let's say something happened. And, like, for example, something happened and they had to sell the farm or something like that. Like, it's just like, oh, or they got mad at me for some reason and said, oh, Cahlen, you can't be here. Or something in their family happened where it's not cool for me to be here anymore, right? It makes things weird. all kinds of reasons why you may need to go somewhere else. Okay, but the thing is, there's so many. So, I mean, the trick, there is so many, but not all of them know how to, they want, but they don't know how to look for, okay? And so there's things like woofing. Woofing is, it's WWOOF, I think. It's basically a organization across the entire world of organic farms who want people to come stay there and get shelter and food in exchange for working on the farm. Okay, so you could, there's like maps, they're all over the place, farms you can go to and do this, okay? You can get to know the farmers and maybe they'll just invite you to do that if they know that's what you're looking for. Or they might help you find another farm. They might know someone who isn't doing anything like that, but they probably know lots of other farms in the area who might be interested. So you just start getting involved. Okay, so woofing's one way. Freedomcells, I think .org is another good way to find people. So, you know, Craigslist, I don't know, man, there's probably lots of ways you can find people. So, anyways, if you really, I think it will be important. It will be a major factor in why I'm going to survive the apocalypse that I said no to all of that bullshit contracts. I got rid of all that stuff, all reliance on that stuff. I still use the system, you know, I can still do business with corporations, but I'm not a member. I haven't given up all of my rights. That's an important distinction. People get confused. Oh, Cahlen, you're living on this. I know, there's a big difference. There's a difference between doing business with a corporation and being a member and its slave. Okay, so anyways, figuring out how to live really simply, like I can carry everything with me that I need to live indefinitely on foot. Of course, I would need to stock up on food, you know. So I can basically, if everything goes to heck, I can go off places that no one can get to. Right. I also know lots of places. I'm also farming, right? For example, I'm networked with lots of different other properties near me. You know, already of like, if this one fell through, there's multiple ones that I know they would be like, yes, Cahlen, please come here. So that's a good situation to be in, right? So I have job security. So basically, I think I'm going to pretty much cruise on right through this apocalypse because I'm living this way. And I'm just trying to say, I know it seems extreme and weird, but it's really pretty much the best thing ever. And it might help you, you know, survive if, you know, at least, you know, have a less stressful apocalypse. You know what I mean? So, anyways, Professional Garden Hermits. I think it's going to be trending for reals. All right. Yep. I'm always really early. This is probably like 3 to 5 years in the future, right? So, but anyways, it's going to trend. All right. I'll see you guys later.